Hello, everyone. In my haste to pack up and get everything out but before 10 of 8 last night, I didn't go over the assignment, and I think it's important that I do that. So I have a video that I recorded last year. We had a snow day in the spring, so I recorded a video. So I'm just adding this little piece to that video because the assignment is the same. I also, what isn't on that video is that last night I handed out the chapter 2 in the math textbook called Culturally Relevant Math. Now, you will have a long time to work on that article because we don't have class on the 10th or the 17th. So next week, which will be October 9th, we have class, but the next class, which that we're going to do a Socratic seminar using that article, won't be till the 24th. So you have 3 weeks to annotate that article. So do a good job on that. Take that article, Culturally Relevant Math, try to find key issues in there that you can highlight and annotate. You can annotate in the margins. You don't have to do a double entry journal. So do a normal annotation. I am going to check that, and I'm going to give you a grade. You either get 100 or something less than that, or 50 if you don't annotate it. So make sure you highlight right in the margins. I'm going to check all the pages before we start our Socratic seminar. So you have 3 weeks to do it. So there should be no reason why you don't get that done. For Lynette, who wasn't there, you can download that in course materials, week 3 handouts, chapter 2, Culturally Relevant Math. That you can print that out and annotate it. Okay, so the assignments are here, and I'm going to talk about them. There's a discussion board, and no double entry journal. And there's a quiz on Chapter 2 in the science text. We're going to do a little review of Piaget and Vygotsky. So that's it. The rest of it will be the older version. You can see I have my winter shirt on when I'm doing it. So anyway, good. That's it. Okay, week 3 assignments. Here they are. And you'll be happy to know there is no DEJ. I want you to read Chapter 2 in the science text. And there's no DEJ, but there is a quiz on Chapter 2 in the science text. So you will need to read it in order to do well in it. I wanted to remind people that there was a quiz last week as well, that you need to take that. Also, your double entry journals are due right now. So upload those. And next week you have a discussion board on the ant lessons. If you remember during class, I told you to remember the ant lessons. There are 4 of them. There are 2 third grade lessons, and there are 2 fifth grade lessons, I believe. Yes, in grade 3, there's Mr. Bryant. He reads stories, discusses ant behavior, reads stories again, builds an ant farm. I must have stuttered there when I was typing. He builds an ant farm and lets the kids observe it. Then there's Miss Davis, who records what they saw, what they would like to know. She reads stories. That lets them predict, hypothesize, observe, experiment, discuss. And then she returns to the students' questions at the end. So that's Miss Davis. Mrs. Malloy also read stories with math. Okay, integrated she did word find. She activated prior knowledge. She did what would you like to know, provided resources. Students made presentations, and then they concluded by writing in their journals. Mrs. Brown read stories, discussed the ant behavior, read stories again. Oh, second time I did that. Did some skill development activities from the AIMS series. did some Venn diagrams, observed, and discussed. So the discussion board is which one of these 4 lessons do you feel is inquiry-based? So you have to know the definition of inquiry-based teaching. So you need to make sure you understand that. Also, I want you to make some reference to Chapter 1, Vygotsky and Piaget, who are in Chapter 2, I believe, and constructivism when you're making your case. So that is the discussion board for next week. Remember, you have to make 6 posts. That's to get a 95. 6 posts. You have to reference the text in at least 3 of them or other sources. I like it when you bring in other sources. If you're going to bring something in, I think I mentioned this in one of the other videos, if you're going to post a link and what you want us to, you got to comment on it. You know, why did you post that link? And what's in that article that you think is relevant to our discussion? So don't just throw it in there and say, oh, I found an interesting link here. That's not what I want. So you gotta, if you want to get an A+, and you know who I'm talking to, then you you do 10 posts, and you have to reference the text in, I believe, 4 or 5 of them. So anyway, that's it. That's an introduction to this week's lesson. There are 2 other videos and course materials. This video will be posted in the announcements, so you'll all get it via email